Ron was making weird noises again and Sumi tried to stop him, but he told her how many times one heard that sound, could get married after the count. She had heard it 3 times and thought that she would get married after 3 years, but he again started making that sound and she was annoyed. Suddenly a girl came, and she slipped. She was Manami, and they were shocked to see her, but she apologized for the trouble she had caused them. She told them she would do her best to remove the bully with her hard work, and Rin and Sumi were stressed. Whatever, she left, and they started their work. On the other side, Odo was trying to raise a plant with I don't know which power. But let's focus on the story. Rin came, and she got shocked. She punched him, and he was injured. She asked if he was weak and he had a silent smile on his face. Our girl with a heavy load on her chest was relaxing, and after a wave of sadness she got excited and thought to buy herself a bear. She went out and a cat was there staring at her. She came back with the thing she wanted, and the cat was still there but went inside with her this time. Without her knowing, she started enjoying her drink and meal with the view of cherry trees and the wind cooling her blood flow in the big balloons. But suddenly she noticed her sushi was gone. When she looked around, the cat was enjoying its steamed food. Our girl forgot it and was thinking about lusty things when she got a message from Ren, and he had asked her for a favor. He asked her to open the door and Odo was there. Sumi didn't expect that and the cat left because a new guest had arrived. She welcomed her without a warm heart and served her a handful of tea. Odo said Ren was out for his checkup and our apartment wife asked if they had any health care. Whatever, and told Odo to feel at home, but it was all messy, so both the girls decided to make it done with their hands and clean the room. Now it looked like a proper home. Maybe they chose to relax with a bath and went to a public bath. Mari was peeking at them. Sumi paid it and Odo started taking a bath, and when Sumi touched her, she got wet. Now they went to the big tub with their graces and started talking. Odo asked why they had come there, and Sumi said the bath at home was tiny, so she had to shrink herself. But it was amazing to be in a big tub, and Odo suggested she lose the excess weight instead. Now they were in the steaming room and Odo was jealous of the big, packed balloon, so she punched her. It was hurting now, but Odo was happy. The little girl wanted the coffee milk, so Sumi bought it, and now they decided to have dinner. They went out and Mari was still peeking. Her mother told her to look after the shop and she left. Ron was looking for curiosity and saw a man named Tanaka. He told him to leave, but Rin said he was there with all the lively things. He welcomed him and got excited to see his good things, but Rin was there for a favor and Tanaka asked if he had used his eyes. When he checked his eyes, they were gruesome. Our girls went to a ramen shop and got the noodles. They started eating and talking. Odo was repeating Sumi's questions because Sumi was asking about her house and family. Odo asked for another bowl, and it was good. Tanaka had agreed to help Rin, and he was because this was the new neighborhood where gods dwelled. Tanaka told Rin about this place and said with his face, he couldn't send his sister back to her house. Odo was reading the book and asked Sumi if she had written it because Rin had told her so. Sumi said she did it when she was 15 and young. This was her only writing. Sumi told to her that she could sleep on the bed, and after some time Odo was in a deep sleep. Our apartment wife stood up and covered her with a blanket, and she also slept on the floor. Odo had a dream about Ren, and she woke up. But she slept again. The next morning when she woke up, she only saw a snack pack and was angry. Sumi came and asked why she had not eaten it, and Odo said she needed more to eat. Sumi had breakfast and they started eating it. Odo was very happy. Now she removed her clothes, and they started getting ready for school. Odo knocked on the door because she also wanted to use the washroom, and when she saw Sumi asked why he was dressed. Sumi said they were going to school together because she wanted some more stories and pushed her into the washroom. Odo was a little angry, but she was cute. Odo and Ren used to eat ramen when they were kids. A girl named Shizuku was sitting on the road and her friend Tomoko asked her to leave because tomorrow was her debut as a new beautician and Shizuku didn't want to leave. So, she gave her the umbrella and said it'd rain, and it started running. Tomoko left, and our girls were going to school. Sumi was excited again to see the young girls and Odo was annoyed. Nodoka and Mari came and met with them. They left, and Odo thought that things were repeating like before and she was anxious. This time our girl went to the washroom with everything she might need. She started writing her novel and the time passed. Now it was lunch break, and she went out with her lunch. She saw Nodoka and tried to summon her, but she was smiling. Sumi went to her and peeked. Nodoka was watching her show and was happy. She was again in the washroom and Odo came. They were about to leave, but Odo's friends came and Tamao said they were waiting for them. They asked to sit and talk and went to the rooftop. Odo started drinking the booba drink and Tamao asked her to sit on her lap. Erika apologized to Sumi if she was disturbed. Nodoka gave a huge candy to Odo, and she fed herself. Erika was talking about Manami and Mari said Manami wore sexy black undies. She had seen it when Manami tripped, and they told Mari's family had a bathhouse, that's why she was very curious about undies. Erika told them how she had imagined our virgin girl in undergarments, and Tomeko also had some lusty thoughts about black undies. Suddenly Nodoka said if they wanted to see black undies then she would be wearing them and showed them. Everyone was shocked but Oto had no interest in that. They asked about Oto's panties, but she dumped them, and Sumi laughed. After all that, Oto was excited and now, they were leaving to get the bath and Sumi was thinking about Mari's bathhouse. When they reached there, they met with Manami and went inside. Mari was there and Sumi paid. Mari thought they had met somewhere and Manami handled the situation. Now they were about to undress, and Mari was thinking lusty but she told herself that it was against their family tradition to peek, so she had to behave. But her mother came and asked to leave but Mari said it was her death wish to be on the counter. The girls had left to take a bath and Mari was disappointed. Oto got undressed and went inside. Mari was disappointed, and our sexy girl was busy talking with Manami and suddenly Mari yelled. After that, our girls enjoyed their milk and Manami was happy to see Oto enjoying and Sumi getting a massage. Manami asked them to stay at her place tonight and Sumi wasn't sure. Sumi asked Oto and they had to agree because Manami had bribed her with snacks. Now they left and went to her apartment and Oto was enjoying her snack party. Manami was happy to see her, and Sumi wasn't sure why she was so happy. Manami went to pray for her grandmother and Sumi also went there. Oto wasn't sure about things so when they left, she placed her candies there and now Manami served them with food. It looked simply but when Sumi ate it, it was delicious. Oto also liked it when she ate it. Sumi asked to leave but Manami tried to stop them because the weather was rainy. Manami said she had a dessert for breakfast and our girl got lost. Now it was time to sleep, and the bed was ready. Oto fell asleep as soon as she lay. Manami thanked Sumi for her prayers and after some time it was difficult for our apartment wife to sleep because both the girls were a disturbance to her. At night Oto woke up because of noise and saw someone trying to open the door. She checked it and was shocked to see the footprints. She thought she wanted to go home so she followed them and suddenly Shizuku attacked her and called her a monster. But Sumi came and saved Oto. She said she could believe Shizuku and shrink herself, and Shizuku showed them the last video of Tomoko. Tomoko was scared because someone was trying to open her door and she got lost since then. Tomoko wanted to rescue her anyhow. Oto was shocked and Ren was also informed about it, and he was temporarily cured with an emergency treatment but was sad because he missed the scenes of the bathtub. Manami was also left with a note. Now Oto took Sumi to a weird place and said it was the entrance to the station they lived in. She started moving and reading the phrases and suddenly everything changed. They reached there and she went inside. Ren was there. Oto was happy to see him, and he thanked Sumi for taking care of his sister. Oto asked if he was fine, and Ren yelled at why they didn't take him to the bath. Sumi said he was fine and now they discussed the case of Shizuku and the curiosity. Ren told them a story of an old lady in 2014 when she disappeared, but the recordings showed that she left on her own. She was found far away in a cave after a river and no normal human could cross that river and it was impossible for an old hag to cross that river by herself. But the old lady said a girl in red clothes took her there and Sumi and Ren came to the conclusion that it was done by Hong Yi, a legend in Taiwan. They discussed it and Oto wanted to help Shizuku, but Ren was against it, and she argued with him. He said Sumi was different from her because she was an intelligent apartment wife and Oto was a cute little girl. Oto got angry and said she could help Shizuku by herself and went out. Our man was stressed, and he asked Sumi what to do. Sumi also said it was his mistake because Oto was getting older and one day she had to marry so they had to understand her feelings and give her the chance. Ren was guilty of his behavior. Oto was sitting in the park, and she was wasting her time. Suddenly Sumi came, and she was shocked. She stayed with her and showed the number of Shizuku. She called her and now they went to the maid cafe and Rain welcomed them. Suddenly Shizuku came and scared Oto. They went to the roof to talk and Shizuku asked why she wanted to know about Tomoko. Oto tried to convince her, but she wasn't ready, and Oto said she could see the curiosities and got the information. Now Sumi was proud of her, and she was shy. Now they started looking for any clues and met with the people Tomoko had any connection. After spending the whole day, they found nothing, and they were sad but suddenly Shizuku came, and Oto got scared again. She asked them to eat ramen and they went to a restaurant, and it was delicious. They talked about Tomoko and Shizuku told them that she was a lively person, and she always enjoyed her company. But since she had lost her life was dull and tasteless, Sumi was shocked and asked about the date Tomoko went lost. Now Sumi was looking for some data and she was in the library. She was using the computerized database to collect the information she wanted. Oto was also busy with her routine, but she was excited about the case. She went to a cafe and heard Rain and Yuri talking about the off of a maid and she came in. They were excited because Oto was perfect for that job and Shizuku bribed her, and she agreed. Sumi called Ren and started telling him about the information she had collected, and our man apologized because he was half naked. But our girl was naughty, and she had no issue because she couldn't see him. They were shocked about the conclusions they had made. Oto was stressed in her job, but the customers liked her because she was super cute and other maids were happy because it was going well. After that, the maids complimented her and she was sad because she was a failure. Run was talking with Sumi, and he talked about another case and they got the last hint about their case. Sumi was shocked and the maids were about to leave. They were talking about Shizuku, and she was listening to them with Oto's dessert. She came in and said she could eat it in her room and Oto went there. Sumi and Ren were done with their conversation and Oto enjoyed her dessert and Shizuku asked why she was helping her. Oto said they were lost, and Ren was her only hope because no one had searched for them, and she was sad about it. But when she met her, she was happy because some people still need others, and this inspired her to help her. Suddenly she got the phone call and Sumi asked if she was alright and the door suddenly knocked, and Sumi said Tomoko was the real corrupt and today's story ends here. Subscribe to the channel for the latest updates about the real corrupt.